it's Cindy Fodor here with Stamp the Love, and do I have some fun projects to show you? The cards that are shown here are ones that I'm going to show you how to do today, and then I have a second, because I have so many, I have a second video that you'll want to check out as well. This is the Fitting Florets bundle, and you can see it here. It comes with, I think it was $96, 2 stamp sets. Let me grab the dies. A ton of dies. Excuse me. I don't have them all back on here, right? I was just going crazy cutting this morning. I haven't touched it before this morning. And then these are the papers. So here's one. Here's one. Here's one. Here's one. Aren't they just beautiful? And here is one. And then here is this one. This one is, there's some die cutting that you can do. Not every piece on here has a die for it, as I found out. And then here's the other side of that. I think I slept okay last night. I have been burning the midnight oil trying to get ready for my upcoming retreat, so there's always tons to do for that. All right, so I'm going to start out by showing you something that I figured out. Let me just grab these dies so that you can see, because I will try to explain them as we go, because you can do a lot of things with these 3 dies. And I'm going to grab my die cutting machine right away. I want to start with this die with hearts. This one's different than the other 2 in that it cuts the hearts out and it does not cut anything out of the center. Okay, so I just want to show you, as after I did this, hopefully it'll work the same for this one, but if it doesn't, oh well. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this out of the front of my card. I don't have any plans for this card. I just want to show you a technique that I used on another card that we're going to complete. And I'm just going to go back through here. Alright, my hope is that all the hearts stay just like that. Whew. Alright, so that's how it looked when I did my other card. And I was like, oh, every time a die does that and it has such cute cutouts, I'm like, what can I do with that? And I always go, I wish I had some press and seal. Well, I found 2 boxes of press and seal in a cabinet that I never use. Okay? So, I grabbed a piece of that, and I'm going to try to use an edge I haven't used yet. And the side that's sticky, you're going to place down, and you have to place it down fairly quickly because some of these are not sticking to the plate very much. Now I'm just going to go around and press each one down. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to bring a piece of paper to put this on too. Okay, well, we'll figure something out. So I'm pressing the press and seal onto there good, and then I'm just going to lift carefully and check that out. They all come with me. Let me get rid of this. Let's see. I'm going to grab one of the cards that I have for a project here, because I don't have to be, I won't be doing all of the ones. I have a ton of projects. So now I just need to oh, never mind. I need to do this first. Add glue to each of these little hearts. So I just went around and put, if I get this started, we'll be good to go. Not that much glue, Cindy. Just a dot. I don't really want it squishing out everywhere. Let me just see if I can get some of that off of there. Okay. Now, you can't see this probably, but each of these hearts is indented in the center. So that's going to be a problem when I go to put this on the paper, because my glue could just possibly be in that center. So you'll see that I will go down and press each one down. My sleeve is going to get in the way here, so I'm trying to. Okay. All right, now the tricky part is to get this to lay down where you want it without getting glue everywhere. So, but the nice thing is you can see through this paper. So I'm just going to go ahead and press this down, and then I'm just going to go around and try to press each of these little hearts. And I'm not hurrying because I want that glue to stick before I try to pull up this press and seal. All right, do you think that's enough time? Let's see. Oops, that one didn't nearly get enough glue on it, obviously. I could barely see the glue on it. I am noticing this, compared to my other one, I don't think my pink one did this. It's actually peeling a little bit of the red off the top of the hearts, which I don't think is going to be a problem. I don't think you're going to notice it. This is almost like putting on a piece of vinyl. You know how you have to make sure everything is laying down as you're peeling this off. There you go. How cool is that? So that's the beauty of press and seal, where you don't have to waste those little pieces. Now, of course, these little pieces would be beautiful in some confetti too. So, you know, if you want to just scrape them off and use them for confetti, you can, but it's really hard to scrape them off and throw them away. All right, so I will show you. I did a pink one. Now, I did have trouble with this one because when I laid it down, when I laid the press and seal down, I didn't realize that some of the hearts were just barely sticking, and so they did move on me. So I had to I took a little. It took me a bit of time to get them replaced properly. But anyway, so then I came back and I die cut the center of this out. And I want to show you these other two dies because you saw that that one did not cut out the center. Well, that's not the right piece to show you. This is the right piece to show you. This did not cut out the center. It just cut out the hearts around. So these two do this design, and they also cut out a centerpiece. So, and that's in two different sizes. So that's nice. This one's a little smaller. So if you decide you need two circles, that will, let's see if I do, no, that's the center of this one. I need the center of this one here. Let me grab one. So here's the center of one and the center of the other. So it does give you a nice, if you just want plain ovals, you can use the center of both of these and get that nice oval layer. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and layer this. I just decided to try to just finish up this card to make it, to show you an idea that you can use this for. Pink and black. I love pink and black. And I didn't use any of the designer paper here. I could have had colors that would have worked good, but I didn't, unless I decide to put that in the center. So I want a white center, So I'm going to put this black inside of here. So I'm going to go ahead and put my white piece down because I can just glue that down. And we'll get that in there. It will be covered by the frame. And then for this frame, I'm just going to get some adhesive around the inside here. Oops. A little bit of paper in there. Okay, there we go. And I was just going to use one of the stamps for the inside. And I think if "Thank You With All My Heart" fits, it would be perfect for this heart card, right? Let's see, did I bring an extra block in? No, I didn't. And some of these stamps I haven't used yet, so I do notice that sometimes it works better if you stamp and wash. Let me see if I have a piece of cardboard here to just try to get this. Seems like there's a, whatever they use to finish these stamps sometimes keeps it from stamping as nicely. And there we go. And that's all I'm doing with that card. Okay. And let me see. I just want to check my lighting here. Hopefully you're seeing okay. All right, let me grab the next one. The next one is what I was creating with these hearts. The reason I cut those out was to make this card. And I'm using one of the papers that's so beautiful. And this is polished pink, is the color of the berries in here, which you're not going to see too much of. But, and then some of the other pieces that I'm using, I die cut one of the flowers out of the paper. I die cut this piece from one of the dies, and then the leaf. And then I decided that I also wanted to copy, I'm not sure who did this one. I found it on Demonstrator Planning Place. So I stamped this on Balmy Blue. And I'm just going to add a little bit of color to that. Just here in the, where the lines are, and maybe on the edge. I don't want this to be a lot of work hard, so I just want to add a little shading to that. Okay, so basically I'm going to glue this. I couldn't decide. I think I might. I think I want to pop this up. And I decided instead of using a ton of dimensionals, if I pop up a whole panel, I don't want to put like 2 dimensionals in the corner. I hate not having everything lifted up. So I'm going to just cut a couple pieces here to size that I want. Make sure I'm not cutting my card. And oh, hi Ellen, thank you. It's good to have somebody here to talk to. So I'm gonna just fill this in. And let me use some of these smaller pieces just to get the center filled in. You can see I just cut this into pieces, so I have lots of little pieces. Oops. It helps if you stick it sticky side down. And then it's almost like I'm making a shaker card. if I didn't have all these little pieces, it wouldn't take me nearly as long to peel off everything. But it's, I don't know, it's definitely easier than trying to take off 100 dimensionals. Maybe because this is not hexagon, it peels off really easily. All right, let me just get rid of this before I make a total mess. And, oops, I missed one. Like it's not lifting up. Okay, now, so I can lay this down here and center it. All right, and then that is just going to go on the front of my card. So let's go ahead and, I guess I should have put this down first. You know what? It's going on the whole front, so I'm just gonna go like this. Waste a little adhesive today. Ah, don't run off the paper. Really bad driving today, Cindy. All right, get my hearts. Now I usually, when I'm covering the whole front, I usually go over to the fold, because if I have to trim anything off, it's going to be easier to trim it on the straight edge, of course, than the fold. So there we go. I will have to do a little trimming here with my, I do like my guillotine cutter for that. But I don't think that looks terrible even if I left it like that. And then I'm not gonna pop anything up here because we've already popped up the whole thing. I just think that gives this a nice shadowy look. Let's see. I'm gonna just lay that there sort of to get a feeling for where I want it. And then we'll put this under. I might want to move this down just a little bit. And then, oops, my leaf. I think I should have got the leaf that went the other direction. There's two of them, I believe, and I did not see that. Before I put that down, let me get this flower. And I want it to look like it's part of that other arrangement, so hopefully that will. And then you can bring that across like that. There we go. Okay. And then I didn't know if I wanted to, she did the same, and I might just, it's a little too long for how I have this set, so maybe I'll go across there. Maybe we'll do a tail. How's that sound? Now this one, I did not do, I did not condition the stamp like I just showed you how to do. And wow, look, you can see how it has not stamped as nice and clean. Like, I will stick this under here just a little. Okay, and last but not least, I want to add some jewels. Now, I'm not using the silver ones because I don't have any silver on this card, or gold, I'm sorry. I don't have any gold on this card, so I don't want to introduce some gold. I'm going to just use my basic pearls and add a couple of those. And voila! So there's the second card done. All right, let's get to the next one. I might just, I'll see how the time is, but I might just show you one more and then I'll finish the other one and post it. We'll see. Okay, I'm going to get my scoring tool. I like this one because it's a nice way to really show the cool paper and both sides of it. So I am using, ooh, looks like I got that against the ink. Let me think. All right. Well, I'm going to just use it and then I'll cover it if I have to. Ah, where's my I lost my stylus. Okay, so I'm going to score this. I want it to be 5.5. And then when you fold that, of course, you have this little bit left. And so what I'm going to do, I was going to, yeah, I can cut that off. Yeah, well, what I might do this just a little bit different, just so I don't have to mess that up. I'll show you what I'm going to do. Let me grab my cutter. Uh-oh, there it is. Did I take it out? I'm going to cut this piece off. So this will be at 10 inches. So we'll just cut an inch off there. And then, but I want this pink to show. So I'm going to cut an inch off of the front here so that you'll be able to see that pretty color showing through. That will take care of messing that up. Okay. And then, let's see, let me grab my other stuff here. I have my, unfortunately, my inside is going to be too big for that. So, what do you want to do with that, Cindy? What do you do when you mess up your paper during a video? Okay, let's do something else. I'm going to take this navy piece, bring this cutter back in. I'm going to cut this to 4¼ inches. I'm going to make a little band. What, 3/8 of an inch maybe? And then I'm going to pull this good one back in here and use that, I think, so that I can, then I'll just put the white piece inside of here. But I really want to be able to utilize that whole piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this navy piece to the edge. And have it overlapping a little. Make sure I have this folded good. Let's just see if that's straight. And then I'm going to put more glue on this side of it. And I want to put the pink side showing. So I'm going to just glue that there. Okay, now we added the end to that. So now this is too small for my inside, so I'll put that aside, and then I will just put the center here. And let's decide what I want to put. I think I want to use the thank you again because I always need thank you cards. So I think I'll leave the outside maybe plain. Not plain, it won't be plain, but all right, let's go ahead and glue that in here. Not sure, I think I ran this off the side. That's why it's making a funny sound. Let's see if I can get it back over here. Usually it slides right over, but for some reason, okay. With my bad driving, right? Oh, what did I just do? Oh, lordy, lordy. Do you see what I just did? I put my thing down. Oh my goodness. I'm so used to not of gluing the other side. I probably thought, oh, I'll flip this over here and glue it, but oh well, we'll add it again. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So for this one, it's going to go sideways like this. And I'm using the actual piece that came in the center. So this is a piece that cut out. And so I'm going to go ahead and I think it's going to be easier for me to see if this is straight than that piece. So I'm going to try to put this on here nice and straight. And then I'll go ahead and, if you need to know where these fine tip bottles come from, just let me know and I will send you my link, or the link. I found it on Amazon, and I just put my green glue in here, and I tell you what, I just love it for this fine detail work. And I'm finding little pieces of paper as I go that are sticking, so I'm trying, I don't want them to hold it up. Okay, and then I took one of the pieces from that paper that you can die cut, and I have a piece that you can't, that there's no die cut for. So I fussy cut this out, and I am going to just pop that here with dimensionals. Of course, the sheet isn't started. It's always fun to get them started, isn't it? Okay. Oops. All right, and then I think that you could, trying to think if I have a piece of pink. I think I'll do a strip of pink there with a little saying. So I have thank you on the inside. So I need to just say, I don't think there's anything in here. I could do just friend. I could ink just that part. Let's try that. Another block. Let's see if I can just get friend. And I don't have pink cardstock, so I might just use white. I brought a bunch of white in. It's a little hard to do this. This one should be conditioned again. I used it once, but I didn't rub it on the cardboard. Let me just do that quick because I sure want it to turn out. Okay, where's my strips of paper? Here they go. Barely gonna fit on here. Okay. I might fix that. That D goes a little crazy, doesn't it? And then I'll just pop that up there. I'm going to do that in pink, but I'll take a picture and post it when I'm finished so that you can see the finished. And I will add some pearls to this one. They're just, this frame is so beautiful, and it just calls for something a little extra fancy. So we will fancy it up. Oh, I know there's one other thing I wanted to do. Where do I want to put this one? I was going to add ribbon to this. Let's see if that's necessary, or if it adds to it, or if it doesn't. If it takes away, then we won't do it. I'm going to move that away. Just bring this up through here. Do I want to hide that navy? Not really. I don't think I think I can tie it without hiding it. I think a bow in here will be really pretty. All right. Can she tie a bow? Well, everybody's watching. And let me tuck this back under here. There we go. All right, I think I like it. And then when my pink piece will go on here, that will be so pretty. All right, so that's 3 done, almost done. Okay, so one other one that I want to do for you, Bruno. Why can't I think of their last name? Bertucci. Bruno did these. And so I wanted to do one of his. If you go on Demonstrator Planning Place, you can find them. I think that's where I saw it. But for this one, I'm going to actually stamp one of the images. And I have it. Oh, I have it out already. Okay, let's do the conditioning. Let me do that really quick since we know we should do that. Just rub that off on here. Okay. And I want to just put that across so I can get it turned the right way. I still feel like it's not inked as well as it should. And I don't have my stamping mat in here. For some reason they all got carried out to my stamp room, and I'm telling you, this one feels like it really should. Let me see if it lifts up for me. Let's try at least on the silicone mat. That will help some. All right. Oh, that's beautiful. Love it, love it. Okay. Let's go ahead and stamp our saying. I'm going to do the celebrate, I guess. Is that what I decided? Oh no, I'm doing this one. It says, just a little reminder that you're loved. You know, after I've been stamping for 26 years, I finally decided that I'm going to put sayings on cards that I will use instead of just because they're cute and they go with a stamp set. That's not straight. Let's try that again. Because when I end up with all these cards, it's like, well, who am I going to send that to? That's still a little crooked, but it's better. All right. So we're going to color this just a tad. I only brought in, since I'm using soft succulent, I'm just going to use soft succulent, and this was not for stamping, but that's okay. It's all right. Oh, goodness. Let me just throw in some color here. This color seems so dark, and this is the light, but I think it's going to look pretty. It's funny how I think maybe my ink is low, because when I printed Bruno's picture of his cards, and it looked like this one was balmy blue, and I looked at the designs of this paper and I'm like, there's nothing like that in balmy blue, and I'm like, I think that my printer needs ink. It's been telling me it's low for a long time, but I can't, these expensive toner cartridges, until they're actually empty, I just can't change them, because yeah, I think they're like 75 to 80 bucks each, maybe more, and they last me like probably a year. But all right, let's get a little bit of the darker. It's already got shading lines on there, so I'm not going to do too much with that. Okay. Oh, hey, I see some more people. Hi, Diane. Hi, Carol. Hi, Karen. Thanks for joining me. I'm just going to throw some blue on here. I probably should have brought a yellow in for the center. Now we'll watch the ink dry, right? I'm doing this very sloppily just because I'm trying not to bore you guys to death while you watch somebody color. I don't know why I say that, because I watch other people color and I'm fine, but when it's me doing it, I'm like, you must be bored to tears. Get a little bit of shading behind here. Okay. I think that's good. I might add some yellow to that later. All right, so basically, so Bruno is from Australia. So they probably have the 4 by whatever cards, and we don't, unfortunately, because that would be perfect. His piece went side to side. I could not cut this at 4 1/4. Now this one I did for the whole card, but when you cut it at 4 1/4, you waste so much paper, so I couldn't do that. So I do have I will have a white edge showing, and this side is so pretty too. It's so hard to decide on these papers which side you want to use. Just to remind you, this paper is available right now for demonstrators to pre-order. It will be available next month for anybody to purchase, which is a good reason to remind people that if you sign up this month as a demonstrator, you can order this in your kit. You can get this in your kit, and that way you will have pre-ordered. You don't have to wait till the general public can order. And yeah, you can get the whole suite. And then if there's any, like you want paper separately, you can, I think you can order that as well. I just ordered the suite of products and I didn't order anything else, but sometimes I do because I want more things. All right, so the next thing I need to do, and I see that I cut this edge off, but because this green is under there, I don't think you're going to notice it. I'm hoping. I'm not sure how I did that, but it's called rushing and not paying attention, I guess. So we're going to get this glued on here first. And then I can make sure that that's not going to be a problem. Okay, it looks like I don't have that very straight, but it doesn't matter because it's not going to show. All right, and then let's go ahead and just put some regular adhesive on here. Didn't look like it was sticking down very good. And then this is going to slightly overlap. This piece here, as you can see, is a piece on it by itself, and then it cuts out the center. So it overlaps this other one, and I'm talking and not picking it back up so I can scoot it a little bit. Ooh, that really stuck good, and I didn't even press it down. Okay, not perfect, but not terrible. I'm going to go ahead and just add some glue up here because that's sticking up a little bit. All right, isn't that pretty? This is the gold, the antique gold brush. It's not brush gold. You know, I have trouble remembering names. Anyways, my dementia is showing. Oh, I don't have enough glue in there. Okay, so this is where I'm going to go ahead and put this across here. I meant to put this under here just to do a tone on tone, but because I stamped on it, we're just going to go ahead and use it. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a tail at both ends. This is what happens when you wing stuff. I decided I didn't have time to make the sample and then cut everything to make a sample for you guys. So I decided to try to remember what I wanted to do. Let's see, which is the good one? I think that was the good one. We didn't pop anything else up on here, so let's go ahead and pop this up. Okay, and then I'm going to use the gold, the little gold things that come in this set. They are called gold adhesive back swirls, and they will coordinate with our gold here. So they're so shiny though. I think I'm just gonna put, I want just one. It feels like I need 3 if I'm going to do. Why not? Right? Why not use 3? See if I can get it lined up. That's not too bad. This one could be down just a hair. Okay. So there we go. I think I like that one. Get it up here where you can see it. All right. So what is that? 4? Are you guys finished? I do have, let's see. I have another one with the same layout. I'll just show you what I was going to do. I have a mess here on the table, don't I? So these are this is another layout. So I used this paper, and then let me just lay it on here so you can see how it's going to go. This one will go here. I brought in lots of things for greetings. This will go here. I'm going to put that in the background. And it was actually cut out of this die. So it fits exactly. So I have to put the dark green one down first, and then I will know where to put the soft succulent one. Okay, so that's another one I'm going to work on. I will post pictures of that when I get that finished. And I just wanted to show you what is left. Like, from cutting out all of that stuff, I still have all of these pieces left that I can do something with. And I don't know if I've ever had a set where, like, as you're working, you're inspired to keep stamping, because it's like, now I have all these pieces that I want to do, right? I just want to keep making more things with all of these wonderful products. So, anyways, I hope that got you a little excited about using your set if you haven't, or ordering it if you haven't, or signing up as a demonstrator for anyone who hasn't, so that you can get this early, and then you can get a discount on everything as you go. So thank you for joining me, ladies. I hope you have a wonderful